our presence only fuels the insurgency because we're occupying force and we're taking one side in the civil war, then adding more troops into Afghanistan will simply grow the number of people fighting us because, quite simply, all we're going to do is push into more valleys where we haven't been before, which will cause more people to fight us.
In both RC East and South, I have observed that the bulk of the insurgency fights not for the white banner of the Taliban, but rather against the presence of foreign soldiers.
You would ask people what you thought about the American presence, and it comes back, you guys are occupying us. And you're supporting a central government that doesn't represent us. It's a central government that's composed of people from the north or people from an urban elite within Pashtun society that has been at war with rural, traditional, religious Pashtuns for decades now.
Our support for this kind of government, coupled with a misunderstanding of the insurgency's true nature, reminds me horribly of our involvement with South Vietnam.
I'm really afraid that we're going to get to this point 4 years from now, we're going to look back and we're going to say, what did we do? What did we get out of this? All we have is more dead, more money spent, and we're no better off than we were in 2009.
We are mortgaging our nation's economy on a war, which even with increased commitment, will remain a draw for years to come. Success and victory, whatever they may be, will be realized not in years, after billions more spent, but in decades and generations.
We're looking to possibly put 40,000 troops, and McChrystal's request went all the way up to 100,000 troops, into Afghanistan, a war we've been in for 8 years, where we've had over 900 dead, spent billions of dollars. If we put those 40,000 troops in there and commit to 4 or 5 more years, we're looking at possibly 50 or 60 dead a month. I can't understand any justification why this would not be debated on the floor of the House of the Senate, other than for petty and frankly cowardly domestic political concerns.
The dead return only in bodily form to be received by families who must be assured their dead have sacrificed for a purpose worthy of futures lost, love vanished, and promised dreams unkept. I have lost confidence such assurances can any more be made. As such, I submit my resignation. Sincerely, Matthew P. Ho, Senior Civilian Representative, Zabul Province, Afghanistan.
طالبان سره زه تجربه لرم طالبان سره ما ژوند کړی دی ډېر ښه خلک پکې تېر شوي دي ښه حکومت یو ښه امنیت یو نور کار څه خلک څه پکې وایم دا یو امنیت ښه امنیت خو په ارام خو مو ژوند کولی شوی ځوانان خو په نشه نه واخته امنیت مو سم اوس نږدې ارغنده څوک نشي کړلی چې ولاړ شي غل دې شکي وایي طالب رنګ پکښې بد ولې موږ طالبانو سره زه لوی شوی یم قلم مو په لاس راکړی دی هغو پوښت کوم کتاب ویلی دی
President Obama, sir, I urge you to be a great leader. Recognize where we're at in Afghanistan. Recognize that more troops are only going to make the problem worse. They're not going to destroy Al-Qaeda, and it's not going to stabilize Pakistan. And I will ask you to stop combat operations in villages and valleys where our troops are dying only because the people who are fighting us there are fighting us because they're occupied.